Today I will be discussing Midnight Motorists and who the orange guy is. We learn from the mini-game that this man comes home to find his older son watching TV, and his younger son locked in his room. Angry at his younger son, orange guy says for him to open the door. When he does not, orange guy goes outside only to find the kid's window broken and mascot footprints outside of the window. Orange guy believes that he has gone to that place again, and the kid will be sorry when he comes back. I believe that orange guy might have then got back in his car, and drove to where he thought the kid ran off to. That would give orange guy a reason to drive to Junior's. But when orange guy got there, a man outside the building told orange guy that he couldn't be there. We will get to why that is in a minute. But before that, let's talk about who orange guy might be. In the game Security Breach, we learn that William Afton had a divorce with his wife, and that the wife took the kids. This is evident within these cut lines.
I am home.
You are home early.
I quit my job.
What about the children? We have a down payment on a new closet.
I do not know what I was thinking. I was compelled to leave my post.
This is no longer working. I am leaving.
Do not go.
May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
And if we can't use those cut lines, then we also hear about this in the CDs.
I'm talking about the custody battle between your mum and your dad. Your dad didn't play fair, did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you want to talk about how that felt? I suppose I don't need you to tell me it felt bad to have a parent scare you into saying things that weren't true. He manipulated you. It wasn't your fault.
This left William to live alone, only seeing his kids when he was allowed to. This might have been the reason for William to take drastic measures to keep an eye on his kids, such as putting a camera monitor in his kid's stuffed animal, building an underground bunker as a place to spy on his kids. After all, the wife was the one to take them. So that begs the question, where did they go? I propose this theory: what if Mrs. Afton ended up with Henry? What if she fell in love with him, and both her and her kids moved in with Henry? What if that's the reason why William killed Henry's daughter, out of revenge? Now picture the story like this. Henry, a single father with one kid, opens up Freddy's family diner. One day a single mother with 3 kids meets Henry, and they hit it off. She eventually moves in with Henry, and Henry becomes her children's stepfather. When word of this got to her divorced husband, Mr. Afton, the man got jealous of Henry, so Afton killed Henry's daughter right outside of Freddy's family diner. This forced the diner to shut down. It's possible that William killed his ex-wife at some point before or during the opening of Freddy Fazbear's, or at least before she could warn Henry about Afton being her ex-husband. This was to prevent the wife from stopping Henry's business relations with William, which is why the robot Ballora represents Mrs. Afton. This allowed William to get close to Henry. Remember the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Henry and William opened Freddy Fazbear's after the closing of the diner. William took the opportunity to give his kid a stuffed bear with a camera, so that William could watch his kid. At an opportune time, William also put secret surveillance cameras inside Henry's house. William also opens a sister location called Circus Baby's Pizza World. However, the death of William's daughter gets the place shut down on its opening day. Henry decides not to have his stepkids go to Freddy's anymore, out of fear that another one may get killed. This does not sit well with the youngest son who loves Freddy's. William agrees with this. William does not want his kids getting in the way of his secret plans, or to get harmed in the process. So one night William dresses in a costume and meets Evan outside of his window. Evan runs away with William, possibly to Freddy Fazbear's. To ensure that Evan doesn't come back to this place, William kills another kid right in front of Evan. This leaves Evan terrified of the yellow animatronics, and now hates to go to Freddy's because of what he saw. Eventually the police get word of a murder at Freddy Fazbear's, and rush over there that night. During all of this, Henry comes home to find that Evan locked his door. Henry gets upset with Evan, and decides to get in through the window. When Henry comes around back, he finds the window smashed in and 2 different sets of footprints in the mud. Henry assumes that Evan ran off to Freddy Fazbear's, so Henry gets back in his car and drives to Freddy Fazbear Jr.'s. Once there, Henry is turned away at the door, by possibly a police officer. After that night, Henry started to lock Evan in his room for his disobedience, which leads into the events of the 4th game. This to me explains why there is an orange man, why there are mascot footprints in the mud, why William killed Henry's daughter, where Mrs. Afton went, why William spies on his kids, why William got close to Henry, what the crying child saw, and explains why Orange Guy went to Junior's. This theory answers so many questions about Midnight Motorist, which is why I believe that Henry is the stepfather of the Afton kids.